Hey, I'm Adam Roberts, the Executive Director of Bethesda Green, back for our second installment of social media updates with our eco-entrepreneurs from Bethesda Green's Innovation Lab. And today I'm going to be talking to Margarita Womack of MPanadas about her work to feed this city and the surrounding counties and focus on food systems and how we can protect the environment as well. So Margarita, welcome to our strange dynamic of how we can get the word out about the work that you're doing and the business that you have. Obviously, a lot of people won't have a chance to see you in person now because of our social distancing. So I wanted to try and bring you to them. So maybe you could introduce yourself and let everybody know how you're doing during this strange time in which we're living.
Well, thank you so much, Adam, for the introduction and the invitation. Yeah, it's definitely been crazy times. I'm here actually hiding in my closet
Yeah.
from my three children because, of course, they are home. And we've had to change quite a few things about our business. So we make empanadas, and we were focusing our efforts on food service, but we also have a consumer line. And we've had to quickly pivot to adapt to this new situation.
Yeah, so for folks who aren't familiar with you yet, because maybe they've been focusing on Bethesda Green's work in the community, on stormwater mitigation or recycling and composting, but haven't focused on the entrepreneurs that we're working with in our spring cohort, maybe you could just talk about what Empanadas is, what your business model is, and how it works at the moment, at least.
So we make a modernized version of empanadas. So it's a handheld pie
Mhm.
that is typical street food in Latin America. We have made them, kept the portability, but make them much more wholesome. So nutri-dense with all prime ingredients, meats and vegetables. And we have a variety of flavors to fit pretty much any dietary need. We are right now a young company, about 3 years old, but really about to turn the corner. We are right now more of a premium product, both for food service and consumer packaged goods, but expect to soon also launch other lines that will hopefully help with issues around food equity and be accessible to everyone as a fast, easy, convenient, but wholesome option.
And Margarita, what made you launch a business focused on empanadas?
It just kind of lined out that way. I grew up making empanadas in my father's restaurant. That's how I learned to make them. I'm originally Colombian. But then here, once I moved to the US, I've been around this area for about 20 years. I had a very busy schedule, had my career, my children, and I wanted something easy that I could feed myself and feed my children, but wouldn't take a lot of time. But at the same time, I could feel good about eating. So I started making empanadas because you can easily customize them for
Mhm.
any taste and any dietary need, and realized pretty soon that there was a space for this, not just in my home, but many people across the country that could use something that where convenience meets wholesomeness.
Excellent. And you mentioned catering to people with different dietary restrictions. I'm vegan and my wife is vegan and gluten-free. And so you have things to accommodate all of those different culinary needs.
Yes, so empanadas are quite versatile. And we started with more traditional versions, but are always listening to our customers and then coming up with new versions that fit what people need. So our latest lunch is a empanada made with yuca dough, so it's gluten-free,
Mhm.
and its fillings are all also vegan. But it has a really good taste, a good flavor, like texture. You feel like you're really eating something that's satisfying and delicious, of course.
Mhm.
So we have another vegan. So this is the second vegan option. We have 3 vegetarians, and we'll be trying other options soon to again try to meet what people want.
Excellent. And your business model is that you ship to folks. You don't actually have a restaurant, correct?
Yeah, so no brick and mortar.
Mhm.
We mostly do wholesale. We only started doing direct to consumer in the last few weeks with our response to the pandemic. So if you can't go to the store, well, we'll get the empanadas to you. So we distribute mostly through big distributors, national and regional distributors directly. Then they go to hotels, event venues, supermarkets. And now we have the online store that are starting to take off. So you can order empanadas online now. We started doing first what we could deliver for the first week to test it out in the local area. Now we're shipping to about a third of the country, and I think a couple of weeks we'll be able to do nationwide.
That's excellent. So what's your vision long-term for the business for empanadas? I mean, given where we are now and when things open up again, how do you think your business is going to unfold?
So originally I thought the food service line, that it's much easier to move and there's better margins, would be the main driver behind the early growth, but that is completely gone. Zero. It used to be 85% of our revenue. And I feel sort of, what's the word, validated in what I wrote in my business plan that, hey, because we have all these different lines, we decrease risk. And I was right. And it paid off this time to have other outlets for our products, because otherwise we would be completely out of business. So our consumer line that was very small, just a fledgling line, now we're pushing really hard to grow that fast. There's quite a bit of demand, as it's a frozen product, easy, that you can have at home and save for when you need. And so we're entering Northeast next month. We'll be distributed in Northeast. And we're talking to many of the big chains to then have the product included on their shelves. And then, as I mentioned, the e-commerce is something that I had in the back burner, a product to develop later. But hey, when it's time, and you make it happen. So put it together in a few hours, and we have been fixing it and upgrading it as we go, and expect to have a brand new website with a full-on, well-developed store and nationwide reach in the next couple of weeks.
That's excellent. And so, Margarita, tell me, you started working this year with Bethesda Green, and obviously Bethesda Green is focused on nurturing environmentally focused businesses and businesses that look at food sustainability. What attracted you to coming to work in the Bethesda Green ecosystem?
So as it's much harder to maintain a low environmental footprint as you grow. So now that we're ready to scale, I wanted the advice and experience support of Bethesda Green as we do this. There's various aspects of sustainability to my business. Supply chain is a big one, right? How to source sustainably, how to source the right ingredients for the right price from the right place. So how can we support our local farmers? What sort of volume can they produce? How do we establish relationship with them? How do we transport those products to our factory? Are all issues related to supply chain that have a strong sustainability aspect to it. And then there's the social aspect. I hope we can at some point get certified as a B Corp. And then we were working on how we hire for the community. How do we then have a better impact in the area around us. So right now, for instance, something we started doing is we partnered with the Community Food Rescue US to then be able to donate excess ingredients to them for their efforts through food banks. And also now when you buy 5 bags online, we're donating also a bag of empanadas to them. To, again, we're part of this community as an immigrant. Is a way, I think it's key to connect to your community. And I want to do the best we can at all levels of sustainability to contribute to the people around us.
That's excellent. That's great. Good. Well, thanks so much. So if folks want to order some empanadas, since now so many people who want to have a treat aren't able to go out to a restaurant and want to order some online, where do they go? What's the website that they should go to?
www.empanadas.com. No E though. So empanadas.com. Though soon we are rebranding. So stay tuned for our new brand and website coming up next couple weeks.
Good. Well, that's great. Well, hopefully we'll get you some extra orders during this difficult time we're all in. And obviously we'll post this on social media and on our website. And then for folks who are interested and who enjoy your product, they can come back and check out frequently the updates that we'll have about your progress and your rebranding. So Margarita of MPanadas, thanks so much for taking some time to talk to me and helping me get the word out about your important business. We appreciate it.
Great. Well, thank you so much again.
Good. Okay. Bye-bye.